Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is
Elise.
And it's summer, I'm bored, and I want to make a fun little Adopt Me account. So yeah, today I am just going to be trading pretty much like my whole entire inventory for hopefully upgrades. So yeah. Okay, so here's my inventory, in case anyone would want to offer. So I started off by looking at a bunch of different people's profiles, and yeah, I don't really know what I was looking for or why it took so long, but yeah, this person had a bunch of seagull thingies, which I thought was kind of crazy. Then I just kept looking. I don't really understand what I'm doing here or why I'm doing it, and then I was going on a rant about how much I want those Tortuga de la Island turtles, but they're so much in value and that I'm never gonna be able to get one because of how much value they are, which made me low-key a little bit sad, but that's okay. So then this person, they had a dango, and I was debating about whether or not I wanted to offer for it or not. Also, sorry if you hear my ice pack, I got my wisdom teeth out today. So then somebody sent me a trade request, and I accepted, obviously, because that's the whole point of this video. I said hi and stuff, and they asked what they wanted for the penguin. This trade, low-key, this person, I said I didn't know, because I really don't know what I'm looking for. I just want upgrades and stuff. So they told me that you'll see it in a sec. They told me that they wanted me to pick, and I was like, oh great, I hate picking. It stresses me out so freaking much. So they gave me access to their inventory, and I was looking, and you'll see in a second, I took forever choosing. I'll just say that. I checked on Elf. Literally, it took me so long, and just for me to decide I'm not gonna do it, because you'll see in a sec, they didn't really have that many good pets. So they're like, no, I usually let people suggest. Why do I feel like this isn't in 2 times speed? This should be in 2 times speed, but it does not feel like it is. But whatever. And then I asked them what values they used, because I use Elf, as I've said, and I just wanted to make sure I was using the same values as them. And they said that they were, come on, what did they say? Happy vowels. And I was like, okay, cool, okay, great. So they're gonna have an emotional attachment to every single pet, but it's fine. So then I finally ended up looking in their inventory, and I didn't know what I wanted to choose because I had some cute pets, but everything was under, and if I tried to add something, then it would be over, and I don't want to ask somebody for them to be really over with their pets, you know what I mean? So I looked for some reason in every single one of their tabs. I don't know why. So yeah, I just looked through their inv, and I was like, I just didn't want anything, I guess. So I chatted for them for a while, and I looked, and then I just ended up declining. I just realized that whole entire clip was not in 2 times speed. Right. So this is me just telling her I didn't know, and then she ended up declining. Then I continued to look into people's profiles. I love looking at people's profiles so much. I don't know why. I'll click any random person's profile, and then I'll just look. And then I saw that this person had a frostbite cub, and for some reason I really, really, really wanted one. So I was looking through my inv, and I was coming up with an offer on Elf. So I thought of an offer and traded them, and yeah. Then they said they wanted me to swap both, so I obviously did. Came up with a quick new offer that was over on values, and I read in their profile that they used Elf, so I was hoping that they would check profiles and see that I was over. It was over by 0.33, which it's not that bad, but still I don't know. I thought that they would most likely accept if it was over, you know what I mean? So yeah, they went and checked the values, and I don't know why I wanted this pet so much. I think it's really cute, and I don't like either of these pets very much, at all, and like, I don't like that Capuchin Monkey, and I've never gotten a trade request for it. So I don't know, I like this pet way better, and I've already gotten a bunch of offers on it. So then I had to go in and update my profile and like made sure everything was always up to date. Because even if I don't really know if I'm going to trade something away, I always put it or like say that it's for trade so that I can like see offers for it and stuff. But yeah, I just kept looking through people's profiles, and then I ended up server hopping after this, as you can see me doing right here. And this server, there was literally nobody in there. There's 5 people, and then you'll see in a second, they they just fall down into the abyss. So there was 4 people in the server, including me, and they were like, it was just a bunch of randoms. And then after this, I had to go eat dinner, so I equipped my little pet that we just got, and I was just jumping. Okay, so after my break, I joined like a regular server because that's just like the default server, and there was a lot of trading stands like all in a row. For some reason, I thought it was really funny, and that's whenever I started looking. I don't know why I found that so funny. So then I joined another trading server. I equipped my unicorn in hopes that people would check my profile more, because people like unicorns like a lot right now. Like, it's probably the pet I get the most offers on, so there's a lot of offers for that. And this first offer is 2 red potions, a dragonfly, a sea turtle, and then a mega duck thingy, and another unicorn and Shiba Inu. It was just like a bunch of randoms, and I checked on Val's, and it was over, but it wasn't like pets that I really liked. Like, I prefer my Neon Flyride way more than any of these pets. And then also they just added like a bunch of random items, so I just decided to decline because I was just not a big fan of this. But good luck to them. I hope that they can find a Neon Flyride. I feel like if they get those potions like aged up to something else, then it would have been a much better trade, you know what I mean? That didn't make any sense. Then I looked in this person's profile. Very, very rich. Everyone in this server was very rich. So yeah, I kept looking around. I guess this is a good time to say, stay tuned to the end of the video so you guys can see an insane trade that I did with one of my friends. She was quitting Adopt Me. She gave me her pets. So let's just say there's some really good pets that I have, like really good. And yeah, so I'll show you guys that at the end of the video. So then I got another trade request, and I obviously accepted. And they wanted to offer for, I don't know, probably my unicorn, but I'm not sure. Okay, no, they wanted to offer for my starfish, and I obviously accepted, and I let them. And I think the starfish is so underrated. It's so cute. And they added a rhino and a chocolate lab, which was obviously insanely under. So I did decline, as well as I like the neon way more. So then I looked through this person's profile because they were a Stray Kids stan like my sister is, and I was like, oh, cute. And then I was going on a rant about that trade for some reason. I don't know. Then this person traded me, and they wanted my Neon Flyride, which I obviously accepted. And then they added this Neon Flyride No Owl. And this trade, I got this trade twice from 2 different people. I'm pretty, like, you'll see it later in the video. They were under by 0.25 or something like that. And like, I didn't want to accept an underpay for my uni. And also, I feel like I never see anyone ever looking for the owl. And like, I don't know, I feel like people like the uni more. So yeah, so I just ended up declining. But let me know if you guys would have done that trade, because I don't know. So then in order to get more trades, I just decided to type in trading Neon Flyride Uni and everything else in my profile, which honestly did not work very well at all. Then somebody wanted to offer for my white Choco Bunny, And I think I was in this trade. Oh, no, they didn't. They accidentally clicked that, and they wanted to offer for my strawberry shortcake penguin. And then they added a Black Moon Bear and a Minion chip, and I was like, oh, heck no, and I declined it because I don't like either of those pets. Then somebody wanted to offer for my cub, and they added a Cozy Missile Troll and a Shadow Dragon Ducky and a Sheetland horse and a paint sealer. And for some reason, at first, I thought that this was over, because I thought that the Cozy Missile Troll had way more value than it does. But then I realized they were under by a lot, so yeah. Then this person, I saw they were looking for an Onza, and I have an Onza, so I decided to offer and trade for them. And they said hi, and obviously I said hi back. And then they said that they didn't have many pets, and I was like, okay, that's probably means like, oh, and then they literally had like no pets, and I felt so bad for them, and I didn't want to decline because they seemed like such a sweet person. So I checked Val's, and I was asking if they would do their sheepdog ducky because I am trying to make a mega, and they said no, they'd rather do Whisker Pip, Mrs. Whisker Pips. And I said, yes, of course. And then I also threw in a Neon Ride cat because I made that earlier in the day because I really wanted to give it to a new player. So I was like, you know what, this person's really sweet. And yeah, so I decided just to trade it for the Wicker Pips. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that this was actually like over, and I didn't add the cap because like I didn't really care about that, and I just really liked being able to help this new player, so I did this trade. Then somebody else wanted to offer on my uni, as per usual. Then they added a Ride Hyena, a Ride Beaver, a Firefowl, and a Sea Turtle. I hate the Firefowl so much, like with my whole heart. And they said that they were over. And I wasn't a big fan of any of these pets, and I know all of these pets are really hard to trade. And even though they were over, I liked the uni way more than any of these pets. And I told them that I got that because I'm not a big fan of any of these pets, and that they are hard to trade, even though I know that the hyena is an exotic. And they just said no, which I was like, what is this person's problem? What do you mean no? So they were like, oh, the hyena isn't. And I was like, well, literally everything else is. And I wouldn't be able to get good profit out of that. And I just really didn't want to do it. So then they just added a bunch of black-footed ferrets and randoms. So I just declined. But I always make sure to wish people good luck because I know how it is. And then I saw that the girl that I gave the neon cat equipped it, and it made me really happy. So then I looked at this person. I looked at random people's profiles again, and then somebody traded me. They added, this is the second trade. They added the Neon Fly Ride, owl, snow owl thing, and I asked if they saw anything that they wanted, and then I saw that they wanted uni, and I was like, okay, no, I've already had this, like, I already decided this, I don't want to do that. Then this person, this was the good trade. They wanted a human bubble, and they offered a black rhino, and I was like, I have 2 human bubbles, like, this is, like, I don't really care about this, like, at all. So I just decided to accept that. Then somebody else, oh my god, this trade's so bad. Somebody sent me a trade request for their monkey. It was like a little tambourine monkey, and then they wanted my Neon Fly Ride for it, and I was like, oh, absolutely not. That is absolutely, like, the worst trade ever. Then this person wanted a Neon Fly Ride unicorn, and I was like, oh, they probably want the Neon Fly Ride unicorn. And then, yep, they offered it, and I accepted it. Then they added a Ride Kitty Bat and a Mega Red Rabbit and, like, a Neon Ride Alicorn and a Fly Blue Whale. And for a second, I thought that this was over because I thought Kitty Bat still had a lot of value for some reason. And then I looked, and I realized that they were still, like, way under. So then I just decided to decline because I really just didn't want to do that trade. Then somebody else wanted to offer for my Neon Fly Ride, and they added a Waffle Worm, and that was it. And I, like, oh, nope, they added some randoms, and I checked the values, and again, they were over. I don't know why everyone thought that I douldn't know values or thought I was stupid and kept lowballing me. And so yeah, I just declined that. Then somebody else wanted to offer for my uni, and they added a bunch of randoms, and I was like, okay. I feel like, I don't know why I really checked files, because I feel like I kind of knew that this was under, but I wanted to check just in case, even if it wasn't. I don't really like any of those pets. Then I wanted to offer for this person's ride kitty bat, and this person was the same person who offered for all this stuff before, and so they kept adding their same offer in, and I just ended up declining, because, like, bro. So then somebody else obviously wanted to offer for my Neon Uni, and they said hi. They wanted it for Robux, and I was like, absolutely not. And then I was trying to say that I was filming, but it kept tagging. They don't do this, guys. Even if they say that they'll go first, this is obviously a scam. And yeah, I just said, yeah, no, sounds like a scam, like, because it does. Then somebody else offered a Mega Flyride Gumball Caterpillar, and I checked values, and I think either it was a minor overpay or minor underpay, and I decided not to do this because, again, I liked the uni more than both these pets. Then somebody added a bunch of randoms, I feel, in the trade, and I checked their profile. They didn't really have anything interesting that, like, spoke my name, so I just said sorry, no thank you, good luck, because I could tell that this was, like, one of their dream pets. And then they just started adding a bunch of randoms. So I just said, like, no thank you. Then I got yet another trade for the uni, and I got another offer for the snow owl. And I looked their profile to see if there was anything, and I was just like, bro, like, is this, like, a good, like, I checked their profile, and then I just declined. And then they traded me again, and they added both of their pets, and I was just like, I know it was over. No, then they removed it, and I was just like, I don't want to do this trade. Then somebody else traded for me, and they added a Flyride Kitsune and a bunch of rubber duckies, so I just ended up declining. Then somebody wanted to offer for my little Frostbite cup thing, and I don't even know what they offered, but I checked on Elf, and they were under, and so I just, or no, they declined on me. I don't know really why they declined, but then somebody wanted to offer once again for my Neon Flavored Uni, and they added 2 eggs and some randoms, and I just ended up declining that. Forgot to actually record during the trade, but I'm just going to show you. They gave me all of their pets because they were quitting Adopt Me, and that included a Neon Flyride Turtle and a Flyride Cow and a Neon Toucan and a therapy dog, and, like, a bunch of randoms. So thank you so much. I am actually insanely happy about that. So here is my inventory right now. Here, we'll go from favorites. Sort by favorites. So I favorited all my neons and good pets. So here is how my inventory is looking. Again, if anyone wants to offer for literally any of my pets, you're welcome to. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, please. I am in desperate need. Bye. Love you. Bye.